Alright. So we have some upgrade points. And I don't know what to put it in. I think I put it in fitness because I don't use cloak and incinerate ever. I use the ammo for sure, but yeah, so why not go fitness, right? Put on some muscle, become fearless in close quarters combat. Also in shield bonus goes up 25%. Then this is melee damage bonus. Sure. Health and shield bonus, melee damage. No, we're going for health and shield. Okay, I need one more point. That's fine. So we'll just wait there. And we have N7 Cerberus attack. Cerberus has taken control of an old military installation on Tuchanka for unknown reasons. Land on Tuchanka and utilize whatever operations Cerberus has in the area. Attican Traverse, the Rachni. A Krogan scouting team has gone missing while investigating rumors of activity at the Rachni relay. Investigate the missing team and find out what happened. I mean, if the Rachni are back, then they're our allies, more or less, right? At least she was the last queen, I thought. Anyway, let's talk to our people. We did a big mission, so... Hello, dog.
Hey there.
Good boy. Always a good boy. Now, aren't I supposed to see through smoke? Rip off. I have been ripped off. Piercing? No, we'll go for assault rifle extended barrel then. Pump up my damage by like 15%, I guess. That's fine. And then a scope. What else could I get? Stability dampener? Nah, I don't know. We get a scope. Okay, that's only one. There's only two here. Only two here. That's fine. And we can upgrade weapons, but I mean, the gun that I use is already upgraded, right? Mantis 5, yeah. Maybe the Mattock, but later. Okay, let's have a look at Spectre acquisitions. I doubt I can get anything. Yeah, but that's the gun that I want, I'm sure. Okay, we did get some new armor sets, right? Well, no, obviously, but... Mnemonic Visor. Relatively new to the market. Yeah, we know. Sentry interface. The visor works with the Sentry system, a software application that optimizes the armor suit microframe computer. When the Sentry system is running, more power can be devoted to shield management. Better than just health. Might as well. Chest, you can get other health, shield regen, speed, power damage. Well, there you go. Health, weapon damage, headshot damage, definitely. Health or melee damage. That's health, weapon damage, ammo capacity. Nah, we go for weapon damage. There you go. So we changed our visor around. That's about it. Hello, Jimenez. That's your name, right? No, it's Cortez.
Shepard, thanks again for being there at the refugee memorial. I feel better. Everything's so much clearer now.
Hey, no problem. Yeah.
Sir Kesh certainly offered me a new experience.
What do you mean?
Normally, I'm not one to fly co-pilot, but when an 800-pound Krogan requests to take control of your shuttle, you comply.
Probably wise.
Is everything okay, Shepard? Good to see you, Commander.
Yeah.
Good to see you, Commander.
Okay, so he's repeating now. That's fine. You dead? He's run out of power? Planning to get him a power cell? Because I'll find a power cell for my dog. Hey, James.
Wonder what the hell Cerberus was up to on Sir Kesh.
It's Krogan female, probably.
I hear we're headed to Tuchanka. Would love to see how things turn out. I'm just saying.
You want to land on Tuchanka?
Rex is a badass. I bet he's got some real interesting stories to tell.
He work with me.
More than something else. His mouth moves faster than a frog on a hot rock in the middle of summer. Hey.
Alright. Okay, just some comments about people we're working with and all that. That's fine, that's fine. We will move on to engineering. And starboard cargo is where...
Hey, it's just an opinion piece. You don't like it? Don't download it.
You're saying we don't need Terra Nova.
Lose 1 colony, save 5. That's the math.
You know what the commander did for us? The colony?
Yes. I was on a little thing called the news.
You think you can fly on this ship, sit next to us at chow time, and then broadcast something like that? That's traitorous.
Hey, it's just an opinion piece. You don't like it? Don't download it.
You're saying we don't need Terra Nova.
Lose 1 colony, save 5. That's the math.
You know what the commander did for us? The colony?
Yes. I was on a little thing called the news.
You think you
Ensign
can fly on
Copeland.
this ship, sit next to us at chow time, and then broadcast something like that? That's traitorous.
Hey, it's just an opinion piece. You don't like it? Don't download it.
You're saying we don't need Terra Nova.
Lose 1 colony, save 5. That's the math.
You know what the commander did for us? The colony?
Yes. I was on a little thing called the news.
I think I'm
think
gonna
you can
support
fly?
her.
Stand down, yeoman. She's allowed to voice her opinion until I disallow it.
Aye, aye, Commander. But how does she get to say whatever she wants to the whole galaxy and there's no other side?
I'll be clear that the opinion expressed is just my own.
Well, okay. It's not great, but okay.
Journalism is a good thing as long as it's done in the right way.
Commander. Do we need to talk, Commander?
Not right now, Allers.
Let me know when we do.
Yeah. So is someone? Oh, there is. Oh, he's not here anymore.
Why are you so interested in my people, Asari?
Protheans are always an enigma, a mystery to solve. I wanted to know what happened to your civilization. Why did such an enlightened race disappear?
Enlightened?
Well, it seemed that way.
And now that I am here,
I wonder what it's like waking up 50,000 years later to a new galaxy.
I believe this cycle cares too much about what other species think. Krogan, Turian, Solarian, all were primitives in my time. What good does their help do now?
We can't win this war on our own.
Then demand their help. Do not indulge their selfish requests. What will saving one Krogan matter?
If only it were that simple.
If they get in your way, destroy them.
Excuse me?
I apologize. The previous occupant of this room left traces of himself. I have absorbed some of them.
Yes, Grunt. They say he was a strong one. Perhaps it's best if I let you recover.
That would be best.
Yeah, Grunt was pretty aggressive. It's kind of his thing.
Did I mention Solarians used to lick their eyes? How far they have come. The Mordin Solarian asked if he could dissect me. I approved, but only if he could defeat me in combat first.
Kill me?
His
Yeah.
reply was problematic. Then he left. I do not understand that one.
He's smart.
This Cerberus. I do not understand why your own kind would oppose you. They will bleed the same as everyone if the Reapers are not stopped.
It's dumb, but it's politics, I guess.
The Rex Krogan offered me a job. He said whenever I tired of the easy life of luxury on the Normandy, he would give me something real to shoot at.
You gonna take it?
Yes. Yes.
Okay. Instead of conversations, it's now. I mean, it's fine. Even in the last game, was a lot of just walking around. No one wants to talk to me. All right, that's fine. Just walk back. At least now they have interesting little tidbits. I mean, they had it in the last one too, but I think less often, right? Not this many comments. That's good though. I like more comments.
So, Gabby, have you seen Edie's new body?
I knew this was coming.
You like her?
I just mean, it's an amazing work of engineering. Elastic titanium silicon polymers, ultra-light harmonic phased power cells. And if she ever accidentally walks into a wall, there's just so much padding.
I knew it.
Wish I were a wall.
Oh,
Pretty
great.
much are, Kenneth.
Oh,
Those FBA couplings you got us are still holding up.
nice. That was like a last game.
Nothing to report. Nothing to report.
What about you?
Shepard.
Nothing. All right. Well, nice to know they remember stuff from the last game. I mean, I did put my save in this one. So yeah, it's continuing save from the first game to second to third. It's really nice how they just did that. All right, crew deck. Where is Morden? And the crew quarter. Oh,
Anything so traumatic. You sure you're okay, Karen?
I wouldn't wish a collector abduction on my worst enemy. But it's behind me now. I'm fine.
oh yeah,
It
they
makes
were
me
all
think of
abducted.
Earth and all the other Reaper-occupied worlds. What are the Reapers doing to the people who live on all those worlds?
Sending them
We
into the
sit
guys
here
we fight.
Enjoying our coffee. How many souls are in agony this very moment? Millions? Billions? not fine.
Well, the first step was to admit that, so... Yeah. Hey, Adams.
Hello, Commander. Hello, Commander.
You okay, Dr. Shakwaz?
Everything okay in the medbay?
Yes, Morden would just like some space to work with Eve.
He kicked you out?
Oh no, I just felt I was getting in his way. I'll return when I'm needed.
That's good, that's good.
Commander.
Yeah, Morden's on that ship now. Is he on the team or just... I suppose he is, right? I guess I don't know who's gonna end up here though. Like there are other rooms. This is Tane's room. I guess Tane gonna come back. I doubt it. He's a doctor or something now. Or like a therapist. I don't remember exactly what he was. But he's doing something medical related. Nothing.
Aware Krogan females find scars attractive. Garrus loyal, reasonably intelligent, bit aggressive, almost like Krogan.
For the third time, Doctor, I'm not interested.
In Garrus?
Ah, Shepard. We were just...
Are you okay?
I'm fine, Rex. You can relax.
Can't be too careful, or put any faith in Solarian doctors.
This one is different.
Is he? What's that?
Simple blood test.
What kind?
Kind that ends the genophage. Shepard, please. Distraction's counterproductive, also affecting comfort of patient.
He's trustworthy, yeah.
He was your inside source, Rex. You can trust him.
Solarians have minds like a maze. You never know when they're leading you into a trap.
Trap? Eve's release my doing. Would never have known about her if not for me.
That was then. But she's out now. And if she gets hurt, I'll feel it.
Understand. But my patient, my responsibility. Her welfare a priority. Will not allow her to be compromised by anyone.
You got a quad, Doctor. Keep her safe. Our females have endured enough.
Don't forget, still need your tissue sample.
I'll be back.
Common phobia. Fear of needles.
Oh, great. Rex is a
or
fear
Solarian
of
doctors.
Now have work to do. Prefer females of the species. Maybe with an inhibitor. No. Entire catalyzing process would fail. Severe neurological damage. Never mind.
Yeah, maybe
what are you
not.
talking about?
Method to extract functional cure without killing you. Many variables. Your immune system compromised. Considering options.
And you have to do it out loud?
Yes. Auditory learner. Need to hear self think, simulate conversation to promote new ideas, maximize productivity.
I think that's me as well.
About me dying.
Oh, apologies. Medical details causing emotional distress. I hadn't considered effect on patient.
Wow, good doctor.
It just means I can't sleep.
Doing my best to keep you alive. Will avoid sensitive subjects.
Hello, Eve.
Thank you for saving my life, Commander. I didn't think the Krogan had any allies left in the galaxy.
You have some.
We owe a lot to you, even if most people have forgotten that.
They can be forgiven. Our actions have hardly inspired friendship.
Part of being friends is knowing each other's name. I feel bad that I don't know yours.
I surrendered it the day I became a shaman of the female clan.
Ooh.
I belong to my sisters now. But perhaps one day, when this is over, you can know it.
Alright, what about his Malin's
How did you get involved in Malin's experiments?
The other females and I volunteered. We heard Malin was trying to cure the genophage for Clan Weirlock.
Aren't they a rival clan?
Rivalries are the invention of the males. Under their rule, Tachanka has laid in ruins for over 1,000 years. It's time females took back our place in society and resurrected our future. Malin was our best hope.
Well, then worth it?
Would you go to Malin again?
Absolutely. It only takes one candle to light a fire, and then the darkness is no more.
What about the others? They're all dead.
I'm sorry none of the other females survived.
I know. The youngest one, Kern, was the last to go. But she knew she would enter the void free of this curse, and then smile when she looked down upon the children of Tachanka. Her spirit will be the midwife to my firstborn.
And I saw what he did, yeah.
I found Malin's lab. It looked like a dungeon. His experiments were brutal.
We learned that too late. He meant well, but his methods grew more barbaric as he went. We finally escaped into the rubble. Eventually, a Solarian team found us. They saved our lives. We were so sick.
That they did, yeah. A female shaman.
I didn't realize the Krogan had female shamans.
Wisdom comes from pain, and the genophage has made us very wise. Rather than surrender to despair, a few of us chose to preserve the ancient ways. We safeguard our culture, our knowledge, our secrets. So when our children live again, the Krogan will flourish.
How were you initiated?
You're locked in a cave for 7 days with just enough food to last. On the 8th, you'll starve.
What does that prove?
Your resolve. Every acolyte is given a chance. You either claw your way out through the rock with your bare hands, or you die.
And how did you survive?
How did you make it out alive?
I started digging the wrong way. I was in complete darkness. Nothing other than my own heartbeat to sustain me.
What happened?
I found this. A simple crystal, but it became my chisel. Take it as a reminder, Commander. In the darkest hour, there is always a way out.
It's pretty brutal. I'm sure people die, but I guess
That's
Krogan
a brutal
don't care.
initiation.
But an illuminating one. You learn to appreciate the light by living in the dark.
What about Rex?
What do you think of Rex?
When he's not trying to sire half of Tuchanka, he's the best thing that's happened to the Krogan. But I won't tell him that. His head's big enough already. Literally.
He's turned into a strong leader.
I know in his heart Rex wants what's best for us. Though not all the other clans see it that way.
Well, with the females on his side, I'm sure the other clans don't have a choice, right?
Why would the other clans give Rex trouble? You'd think they'd want a better future.
It's not in the nature of our males to cooperate. They've evolved to be selfish. Their only concern is survival. Rex is different. He's a mutant. And that you can tell him.
Will he seek revenge?
Do you think Rex will want revenge for the genophage?
Some clans will expect it, but I hope Rex resists. He understands the cycle of violence must end if Krogan are ever to have a voice in galactic politics. Still, he's just one Krogan. If enough clans demand it, he may not be able to stop them.
What about the genophage itself?
If you don't mind me asking, what's it been like living with the genophage?
I knew sisters who couldn't bear the shame of being infertile. They would wander off into the wastelands, hoping a thresher maw would kill them and end their torment.
Did the thought ever cross your mind?
Yes. After my first stillborn.
But they are born, they're just dead at birth. Pretty bad, pretty brutal.
What kept you from ending your own life?
When my child didn't draw breath, that's when my life truly began. The genophage forces us to live on hope alone. There is nothing else. There is no reason to exist other than the hope that the next day will bring change. And if it doesn't, there is always the next.
And after it is cured, yeah.
How do you think things will change after the genophage is cured?
Our species will find its balance again. Females will help shape the future, like in the ancient days, before we were just pawns of power-hungry males.
Most seem hell-bent on shooting anything that looks at them wrong.
What else is there for them to do? Because of the genophage, they become wandering killers, seeking targets to justify their existence. Excuses to earn them honor.
What about Morden Solus?
How has Morden been treating you?
Better than Krogan males do. He's not like a typical Solarian.
Yeah,
No.
smart.
Organ redundancy results in new period before metaphase. Can't alter that. Damage to telomeres, premature aging.
He does that.
But I sense pain in him too. He told me about his work on the genophage. I should consider him an enemy. Yet I think seeing my sisters and I changed something in him.
Asari Vorcha offspring have an allergy to dairy and...
Asari Vorcha.
Well, it wasn't his ear.
Alright, that's all.
Thanks for talking to me.
Handshake.
It's my pleasure, Commander. I've only met a few humans in my time. I'm glad for the opportunity.
She seems a lot more agreeable. What about you, Morden?
Shepard, blood work complete. Indicates significant stress on Eve's system. Malin's data thorough. Fortunately detailed as well. Have used notes to improve her condition.
Okay.
Have you determined why she's immune?
Genophage targeted hormone production during pregnancy. Modification project used same modality. Her immunity, totally different. Targeted glands now obsolete, like human appendix. Other glands mutated to produce proper hormones, enable viable birth. Also explains her weakness. Gland substitution imperfect. Health trouble.
And you can use it?
You think you can make this work for all Krogan?
Yes. We'll use Eve's tissue to produce mutagen, alter gland function across entire species. Must improve mutagen as well, tune hormone production. Long-term illness for all Krogan otherwise.
Yeah, you'll fix him up though. Feelings about the data.
So, we did the right thing by saving the data?
Indeed. Would be much harder to treat Eve without it. Maybe impossible.
And all those experiments we saw back on Tuchanka?
Monstrous, repulsive, but now with purpose. Victims didn't die for nothing.
You're okay with that?
So the end justifies the means?
Not my means.
But you're using the data, encouraging more experiments like Malin's.
Encouragement irrelevant. Will always be scientists willing to perform unethical tests. Can't change that.
That's
But
true.
can help Eve. Can cure genophage. Won't ignore data vital to her survival because of unethical origins.
And what about you?
Any word on Malin himself?
Oh, that's not him. That's Malin.
No. Ordered teams to search for him when trying to help Eve. Nothing so far. Large galaxy. Lots of places to hide. Could already be dead for all we know. Would kill him now if possible. Unless he could help.
Eve.
How is she doing?
No fever currently. Heart rate elevated. Likely stress. Eating appropriately. Could use another blanket. Something soft.
Can I
Prefer
get
to
one?
let her recover fully before synthesizing cure. My medical recommendation.
My people don't have time for that.
Her opinion, somewhat different.
You're a friend?
You care about her.
My patient. My responsibility. Found her at STG base. 3 doctors injured trying to restrain her. Undid arm restraints. Didn't resist when she grabbed me. Promised to help her. She said, please.
You always defended your genophage work. What changed your mind?
Never change mind. Genophage proper decision at time. New circumstances necessitate course correction.
Those circumstances being?
The Reapers?
Reaper invasion.
Yeah.
Turians doomed without Krogan support. Krogan need unified threat, outlet for aggression, cooperative symbiosis.
That's it?
Nothing else? No personal stake here?
Getting old, Shepard. Not many years left, but still best candidate for project. Few Solarian scientists interested in genophage. None with my expertise. Had to be me.
Someone else might have gotten it wrong?
Possibly. Stakes too high for inexperience. But not about them. My work. My job to put it right. To prove I can.
Okay, so he does feel some responsibility about it. I think that's good. Goodbye.
Nice talking with you, Morden.
Yeah.
Thank you, Shepard. Glad to be back.
You planning to stick around when this is over?
Until Reaper's dealt with, at least. Then, not sure. Have made impact on Galaxy. Genophage modification, genophage cure, work against collectors, decisions, mistakes. Might go somewhere sunny, sit on beach, look at ocean, collect seashells.
You'd go crazy inside an hour.
Might run tests on the seashells.
What are you gonna do? Make some modified seashells for no reason? I don't know. Yeah, no, I think he's gonna. I don't think he'll retire. Morden, who knows? Is he like even interested in? I guess they have marriage contracts, right? Solarians don't even have like proper marriage. I guess human marriage, not proper.
So, Liara, still relying on the Protheans for all the answers?
It will work, Rex. We just need to finish building the Crucible. Although I'd be interested to learn how you found out about it.
Wasn't that hard. Lucky you keep its location more secret than the fact it exists.
And I'm sure you'll do a good job of both, being so famous for your discretion.
My lips are sealed.
I'll keep him that way. Pretty important. The Reapers don't know about it, but they probably do. Hell yeah.
It's good to see you. It's good to see you.
Nothing. All right. Prothean notes 2186 entry 3. If what Javik says is true, his people were imperialists who left the rest of the galaxy quaking in terror, and I think he would sacrifice all of us without a thought if it could bring them all back again. I reviewed my old notes today. They are so childish. Did we romanticize the Protheans because we were dazzled by the technology they left behind? Are these really the people I dedicated my life to studying? Yeah. I mean, yeah, they were slaves. They enslaved everyone else. Email from Professor Chikisha to Dr. O'Doul. I was calling every supply depot station around the Crucible to find enough pure platinum for the Crucible's primary trigger inlay. We barely had enough left to coat a coffee maker. An hour later, a ship pulled up with 16 tons of platinum, courtesy of the Shadow Broker. Then it flew away to scavenge more material for the project. The ship's captain emailed me later saying the broker would stay in touch with our needs. That's great, but I'm checking my comment for bugs. Yeah, okay. Shadow Broker is helping them. No. I mean, he'll probably attack it after it's complete. That seems like Shadow Broker style.
Commander.
Yeah, there's nothing here though. That's the more Shadow Broker style, right? Help us out for now, right? And then, when the time is right, destroy everything. Or attack and take it for himself to use it. And who knows? Hey, Garrus.
Shepard, they say female Krogan have a thing for guys with scars.
And you have a scar?
I've got a few, myself. Here's hoping nobody's planning an arranged marriage to cement this deal. Though I have to say, I admire Eve. The things she must have endured living with the Genophage. And now, to top it all off, she's her people's last hope. Imagine the pressure. Takes real courage to face that. I hope we can measure up.
You sure you don't want to marry her?
I guess we're at war with Cerberus now, huh?
Always were.
I've never actually seen a female Krogan. Seems like they're the real brains on Tuchanka.
Well, now they'll be back with the Genophage cured.
Good to see Morden's still alive and kicking, and still finding new ways to cause trouble.
That's Morden.
Maybe later.
Calibrations?
Maybe later.
Alright.
Maybe later.
I think that's one calibration joke is good enough. Anything? No. Okay, so we're done here. Nice. Good conversation. Good conversations. Lots of nice intelligence about these people. Still got some time. Okay, we got enough time to do some stuff. I think I'll head over to my cabin maybe for a second. I don't know why, but well, I guess why not? Feed the fish. Even though we don't have to anymore. We have a VI. It was kind of expensive. So we did not get him on the team. Alright. He's working on the Genophage. He can't just call him in whenever we want him to fight. And alright, well, whatever. Let's go to the CIC. Let's get some stuff done. Get pyros. I haven't seen one of those yet. Alright, Surkesh. Okay, well, this is all there is. Do I need fuel? Nope. Alright, well, with nothing else here, might as well. Krogan DMZ, Citadel, extract Turian survivors, investigate Cerberus presence. Why do we have to go to the Citadel, by the way? One second. Improving power grid, heat stabilizers, Danek inside the Krogan DMZ. Okay, so let's go to Krogan DMZ. We got a lot of stuff to do at the Krogan DMZ, so the Krogan demilitarized zone. Here we are. RAM. So the smaller of Parallax hydrogen-helium gas giants maintains a small helium-3 recovery infrastructure. Although the depth of RAM's gravity well makes it inefficient to export, visitors to the Parallax system often top off their fuel tanks at RAM stations. The Council Demilitarization Enforcement Mission (CDEM) maintains a token garrison to monitor any potential sale of fuel to known subversives and terrorists. 1,040 people live here. And here's Tuchanka. Is there like nothing here? This Kurban. Kurban is a tidally locked Venusian hothouse. Its surface perpetually obscured by clouds of sulfur and carbon dioxide. The first group of Krogan brought into orbit by the Salarian uplift teams requested a trip to Kurban. The Salarians at first thought the Krogan were confused about the nature of Kurban's environment. The planet is named for Krogan mythological paradise, in which honorable warriors feast on the internal organs of their enemies. In fact, Krogan astronomers had correctly reduced the nature of Kurban in the years before the global holocaust. In the 2 millennia since, Kurban has come to be thought of as an ideal test of one's toughness. Every year, a few Krogan attempt to land on Kurban and exit their ships naked in an attempt to prove their Kroganhood. The planet's surface is littered with the crushed, corroded remains of their ships. Only one, Sath Norda, is known to have returned from the surface alive, albeit with most of his bones crushed and all 4 of his lungs damaged by sulfuric gas. Noda recovered from his trial to the adulation of his people until he died in 1943. He could lie with any fertile female he wished. Wow. Alright. And then we have Cannon. One of Cannon's hemispheres contains an impact crater 700 kilometers in diameter, dubbed the Renkret Basin. It was mined for light metals in the interbellum between the Rachni War and the Krogan rebellions. At any obvious resource concentrations have long since been stripped. By the Krogans, I'm guessing. We got a bunch of other worlds here as well. We got Wall. Wall is a hydrogen-helium gas giant named for an ancient Krogan deity that stood watch for enemies of his pantheon. The gas giant's moons are named after some of Wall's myriad eyes and ears. The only reason to visit the Wall system is scientific curiosity, which the Krogan lack. Okay, so let's go to Danek. That's where this side mission is. It's pretty close. Danek and Nert.
I found something.
That's probably fuel. Something here as well. Rotera. Oh, and there's Reapers here. Rotalia. Once, Rotalia was a large ice dwarf with the statistics listed below. In the waning years of the Krogan rebellions, it was shattered into field of debris by what is assumed to have been the test of an exotic weapon system. In the wake of the event, the planetoid was reduced to a relatively contained field of thousands of tiny moonlets rotating around one another, colliding and ricocheting. This method used to destroy the planetoid. The method used to destroy the planetoid has never been reduced. The Krogan clan who performed the experiment apparently all died in the event. Ships that have traveled to the edge of the event's light cone observed a moment of extreme gravitational lensing around Rothala immediately before its breakup, but no other clues. A popular experiment meme put forward by Asari author Delse Orista insists that the Turians are covering up the existence of a Krogan superbiotic breed that was genetically engineered within Rothala. The CDEM enforces quarantine around the Rothala field, citing cases of amateur investigators whose ships came to grief in the debris field. Okay, but what the hell is actually here? Apparently we can scan this place and find out. There you go, it's something right here. Launch it. Shadow Broker, Wet Squad. Okay. And is there the other 50% fuel? 200 units of fuel, 100% assets recovered. Alright, Reapers are here, that's fine. Door. Door is a conventional methane ammonia ice giant. It's the main fueling port in the Danek cluster gateway system. Pildia Station, the headquarters for patrol ships of the Council Demilitarization Enforcement Mission (CDEM), lies at the trailing Lagrange point of Door. The CDEM logs all ships passing through the Krogan demilitarized zone and has the right to board and search them for contraband at any time and for any reason. There are no exceptions. At points over the last 2 centuries, diplomatic incidents have been caused when the patrol frigates boarded an Asari hospital ship, a Batarian diplomatic courier, and privately owned human tram freighters. These measures are provided for under the terms of the Krogan armistice. While the Krogan were allowed to retain their government and personal weapons, any attempt to provide starship-mounted weapons to the clans on Tuchanka is punishable by law. Nearly a millennia after the war ended, the official penalty for smuggling proscribed weapons is still death by spacing. Wow. And then we have Clem. Clem is a tectonically inert rock with an atmosphere of krypton, xenon and argon. There are a few valuable loads of light metal scattered across its surface, but these are difficult to find, and most were mined out in the years leading up to the Krogan rebellions. Yeah. So once they got out, I mean, they were all mining and everything. Now I want to check out Sargot. Okay,
evasion successful.
Go back in. A small system anyway. We have Sasgoth. Sasgoth is a small ice dwarf with an eccentric orbit. During perigee, portions of his icy surface sublimes into a thin atmosphere of nitrogen and carbon dioxide, which quickly freezes again as it recedes into the outer reaches of the Danek system. Alright. We leave.
Reapers eluded.
And we go to Nit. 66% assets recovered. So there's gonna be something here for sure. Oh wow, it's a
signal confirmed.
Mantun. The class blue The Class B blue giant Nith was once the most strategically valuable system within Krogan territory. Though far too hot for habitable planets, Nith emits thousands of times the energy of a main sequence star like Earth's Sol. With help from Solarian uplift teams, the Krogan reconstructed a chain of solar power collector stations in orbit around Nith. These vast arrays beam power to particle accelerators on the surface of Mantun, this one, which manufacture anti-proton fuel for warship thrusters. In the Krogan rebellions, the Spectre agents managed to get a virus into the computer of the solar power arrays. Every fifth array suddenly applied braking thrusters. The arrays behind them piled up and all were reduced to wreckage. This has since dispersed into a relatively stable ring system. The Krogan never had the resources to rebuild the solar arrays, depriving them of their fleet's main supply for the remainder of the war. The particle accelerators still exist on Manthan but have not been used in thousands of years. Maybe the time to use them is now, buddy. We got a wreckage, 300 units of fuel. That's all there is here. There's nothing on Tula. Tula's methane ammonia atmosphere traps the blistering heat of Nith, driving dayside temperatures to up over 1000 degrees. While some loads of useful metals are present, the planet's incredible heat makes mining impractical. Oh, we can't just press escape here. You got one gas giant here. I want to check it out. Vard. Vard is a methane ammonia ice giant. Until the Krogan rebellions, it had a sizable helium-3 fuel refining infrastructure. Once the solar arrays orbiting Earth were destroyed, the constant flow of anti-proton tankers visiting the system disappeared. There was little point to maintaining the facilities, so they were shut down and abandoned. Today, the ancient stations are squatted by transients, criminals, and outcasts. Although few are safe for habitation, neither the Krogan nor the Council Demilitarization Enforcement Mission (CDE) and patrols care if they take their chances.
Faster than light jump successful.
Alright, so Krogan DMZ is done. Now we can go to Arcalat. And head over to Tuchanka. Alright, give me a second. So we got... Yo, let me do stuff here. Thank you. Barlawan. Shadow Broker forces trapped in the Dynax system inside the Krogan DMZ. Return them to the war effort. Return the Barlawan. Okay, so I got them already, right?
Commander.
What the hell was that?
Shepard.
Yeah, Private Westermore. Let's see, they at least have assault rifle just chilling out. Not to mention the fact that we're gathering a giant team. Hey, look at that! The Crucible is on this. Alien. Terminus Fleet. Shadow Broker Red Squad. As the new Shadow Broker, Liara Tissoni has the loyalty of a predecessor's assassination squad, a small but lethal team of soldiers called on for the rare occasion where information isn't enough to silence a target. Their methods vary with each mission, from subtle poisonings to bombard entire buildings. The Vet Squad is dedicated to whatever range of destruction the new broker requires. Dr. Tissoni put them to work against the Reapers and Cerberus. Nice, we get 25 points from there. That's good, that's good. They're gonna help us out. And I think we will... I mean, I have a little bit of time. You know what? We'll land up to Chanka, then we'll end the
Commander
mission.
Shepard.
Find out what exactly we're doing here. Then we can end the mission. Tuchanka, enter orbit. Ka. The hell is this? Scarred by bombardment craters, radioactive rubble, choking ash, salt flats, and alkaline seas, Tuchanka can barely support life. Thousands of years ago, life grew in fierce abundance under the F-class star Aralak, a rake word meaning Eye of Wrath. Tree analogs grew in thick jungles, their roots growing out of shallow, silty seas. Life fed upon life in an evolutionary crucible. The world died in nuclear firestorms after the Krogan split the atom. A little ice age of nuclear winter killed off much of the remaining plant life. In recent centuries, many Krogan have returned to their homeworld. The reduced albedo has caused global temperatures to rise. In order to maintain livable temperatures, a vast shroud was assembled at the L1 Lagrange point. It is maintained by the Council Demilitarization Enforcement Mission (CDEM), which is based on orbiting battle stations. CDEM advisory: visitors to Tuchanka land at their own risk. To CDEM, not attempt to extract citizens threatened by clan warfare. Travel advisory: the ecology of Tuchanka is deadly. Nearly every native species engages in some predatory behavior. Even the remaining vegetation is carnivorous. Travel beyond guarded areas is strongly discouraged. There's still 2.1 billion people. Capital city Udnart since 2183. CDEM garrison to Zone 4 and orbital battle stations. Turian survivors and Cerberus attack. Let's go for the Cerberus attack, I guess. We can like pick. Alright, who am I taking? Garrus and Edie, I'm guessing. I mean, James wanted to come along. Maybe I take James with me. Sure, you know what? James wanted to come. Bring James. What do you got? N7 Crusher? Crusader, sorry. And Vindicator? Nah. Used a Maddock. With an extended battle for damage. And a piercing mod to, you know, pierce through stuff. Confirm, EDS 5 points. We're gonna wait for decoy. This guy has 13 points. Fill up his incendiary ammo, health and damage bonuses by 4%. Squad mates gain it. Thank you, I'll take it. Headshot damage, ammo capacity. Headshot damage, please. And that's it. So he wanted to come.
Landing forces away from the Tuchanka battlefields. Their target seems to be an ancient ground-to-space cannon facility that hasn't been used since the Krogan rebellions.
Maybe what destroyed that thing, that planet.
Military advantage, and the Krogan are spread too thin to deal with it.
Do we know what Cerberus is up to?
No, but we do know that Cerberus doesn't act without a plan.
True.
Get in there and stop them. Find out what they're up to while you're at it.
We'll get it done.
See to it. Hack it out.
Alright, James, you wanted to come here.
Cerberus got that cannon operational, Commander.
Oh, yeah.
Go back up, get a read on what they're shooting at.
Get on it. Alright, let's find the control room for those cannons. Kill anything in our way.
Let's do this.
Alright. So there is a control console. I mean, obviously I'll swap to my sniper rifle. You can swap to your incendiary ammo, and I will go to cryo ammo. But I also gain a little bit of incendiary stuff because he has it on his gun. He doesn't have any ammo types. Anyway, I'll see you all in the next one.